exactly what we were hoping not to hear from Cincinnati.
A season-altering injury to Joe Burrow, in which he now will have surgery on his toe. It will sideline him a minimum of 3 months and quite possibly longer. When you look at this injury, it's typically a 12 to 14 month or week type of surgery. If it's 14 weeks, he's not back till January 1st. Who knows where the Bengals are? But he has struggled to be protected from the moment he got to Cincinnati, whether it was knee injuries, pinky injuries, wrist injuries, and now the latest toe injury. You saw him walk up the field yesterday. He grabs onto the trainer. When Joe Burrow, an ultra tough guy, is doing that and he's walking in that way, you know that it's a serious injury. That serious injury is now confirmed. He will need toe surgery. He will miss a minimum of 3 months, and it's up to Jake Browning to help save the Bengals season.
So there's a lot of different ways to react. One of them is to look at what it means for the Bengals' chances, and in the eyes of the people who tend to know these things better than anyone, here's the number. The Bengals were 20-1 at ESPN Bet Sportsbook to win the Super Bowl. Shefty broke this news about 25 minutes ago, and numbers jumped to 75-1. Like, let's just say it. We all know it. And this is not just the Bengals. There are some teams, most teams in the NFL, you lose your starting quarterback, that's it. Your season is over, and that's what has happened to the Cincinnati Bengals here. They'll keep going. They'll try as hard as they can. Their coach will say all the right things. Jake Browning will say and do the best he can. But the reality is, if the Bengals were a Super Bowl contender when they woke up yesterday, they certainly are not now. D. Wood, what's the right thing to say about this situation?
If you're playing in the locker room, you're dejected. I mean, here it is. We were just talking about it in the break.
Yeah.
It's literally week 2, and your starting quarterback is possibly done for the rest of the season. You prepared all off season, all the way up to this point. You're 2-0, but your starting quarterback is done. Like, it's a dejecting thing in the locker room.
It's going to take a little while. I mean, initially, I remember when Brady went down in week 1, he tore his ACL, and we had to bounce back. But that was week 1. It took a while. Matt Castle came in. We still go in 11-5, but that was a team that went to the Super Bowl the previous year. This is a Bengal team that struggled last season too, and Joe Burrow is basically what they have in that offense and scoring points. So get through the fact that, yes, again, it's happened. You've lost Joe Burrow, and you've got to do everything you can defensively, running the football, support Jake Browning. But in terms of being a playoff team, I mean, the chances are slim for them.
Yeah, and Brew, you guys win 11-5. All right, with that backup quarterback. By the way, you never made the playoffs that year. So
Right. We didn't.
I think that's what you look at here. I mean, they're in such a hard division. I just think it's devastating. But Greeny,
yes.
My point is this. When are we going to look and alter what the hell we do offensively? Number one, it should be protection first. You have an unbelievable quarterback, MVP-type quarterback every year he plays. How about we try to protect this man? He's been hit 31 more times than any other quarterback. His offensive line gets beat like a drum all the time. How about we end up leaving guys in for protection? How many damn receivers do we need out there? You got 2 great ones. Like, protect this kid at all costs moving forward. You need to.
And it feels like, if you look at their pass protection rates, he's never been protected well. And really, it's, I think, almost a macro view. If we go back to the draft in which they took Jamar Chase is one of the 2 or 3 best wide receivers in football. Chase, Jefferson, maybe Malik Neighbors right now. These guys are unbelievable. We're not arguing that. We're talking about the philosophical, organizational decision. They chose a wide receiver over Penei Sewell, who's going to go to the Hall of Fame
Absolutely.
as an offensive lineman and is as good as any offensive lineman in the league. When you have an asset as valuable and as important as Joe Burrow, there is nothing more important than protecting that player, as great as Jamar Chase is, and he's incredible.
Probably the most successful, I would say, non-mobile quarterback in the National Football League in terms of drop-back pass. Are we talking Jared Goff? Goff, like someone that's like, he's not going anywhere. He's not running anywhere because he has the offensive line and the run game to support what he can do. But I'm saying this drop-back passing athlete that's just there and is a quarterback that you think you're going to spread it out, it's becoming extinct. Because all of the pass rushers that are just freaks in the National Football League, and I don't care who you have at the offensive line, the quarterback eventually, on a regular basis, guaranteed is going to have to do things that Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, these type of players.
It's just terrible. I mean, there's nothing else to say. If you're a football fan, all of us we lose something by this great player being unavailable now, it would appear, for the remainder of the season. So anyway, that's our top story this morning. Let's go back to the biggest game of the day yesterday. The Eagles and Chiefs became the first intra-conference rivals to meet 5 times in a 5-year span. They had split the first 4 meetings. 2 of those were Super Bowls. This one starts with Saquon Barkley going to the house.
And there's the offensive line and running game we're talking about to complement an offense right there.
Now, late in the second quarter, Chiefs down 7-3. Mahomes, Rex, this was their best offensive play.
Yeah, it is. The guy's, the best quarterback on the planet, but he has to do it all himself. They can't block and get nobody open.
Then the whole game, D. Wood, turns on this play. Chiefs driving to score. Ball bounces off Travis Kelce, and it's going the other way.
Devastating. You put together, 13-play drive. You're literally going in to score. Ball gets tipped up. Interception, Philadelphia.
The entire game changes there. By the way, great hustle play by the offensive tackle.
Yes,
Josh Shannon.
71.
It saves a touchdown, but not for long, because the Eagles on this 3rd and 10 get it down inside the 5 to Devontae Smith. And that would set up later in the drive the absolute abomination that is the brotherly shove as the Eagles go in to score 20-10. And that looks like it's going to be the ball game. 4 minutes left. Chiefs still fighting for it. And here's a chance, Teddy. They've got Tyquan Thornton wide open.
He doesn't miss these. He'll get another chance. We'll see. But still, that's one that's a little sign of the problems that the Chiefs are having.
Yeah, but Brady said it hurt him to see it, just watching the play. But then a minute later,
they
go right back to the well.
Usually you should get it on the first try, though, Rex.
And that's a 49-yard touchdown, so it's 20-17. But it's too little too late, because the Eagles can just keep doing this. Just run out the clock, do it over and over, and have the lineman false start and not be called over and over. One way or another, the Eagles get the win 20-17. And here's the bottom line: if you're in Kansas City, or no matter where you are, if you're under the age of 10, you have never seen the Kansas City Chiefs 0-2. This is the first time they've started with that record since 2014. The last time Patrick Mahomes was 2 games under 500, it was in his final year at Texas Tech. That was back in 2016. So I guess we try and figure out just how much trouble. Let's start with that. Just how much trouble the Chiefs are in. And you said it earlier this morning, D. Wood. What's the number one thing to say about that Kansas City offense?
No one's scared. No one's scared of anybody over there. Listen, 15 is all-time great. Andy Reid is all-time great. But if I'm an opposing defense and I'm game planning, who scares you? Who scares you over there? Travis Kelce doesn't scare me. Like, no one over there scares you. And and Rex, you know this as a defensive coordinator, when you don't have to game plan specific guys, boy, you can unleash hell on the opposing quarterback.
That's so true. Well said, D. Wood, because you're right. Now you're like, you used to lose sleep having to go up against these. Now you got the best quarterback in the league, and I don't care. I'll play him every day out of the week. Like, I'll play him anywhere they want to play. Why? They can't protect the quarterback. They can't run the football because they can't block anybody, and they got nobody that can get open. Look, Vic Fangio knew it, all right? He never blitzed once in the Super Bowl, right? And had 6 sacks in that Super Bowl. What's he do this game? A third of the time he blitzed. A third of the time. Why? Because you can't block, but you can't get anybody open in that time.
So you're saying that is a sign that he doesn't respect?
Absolutely no respect. Blatant disrespect for the Chiefs. That's what they're going to face until Rashee Rice gets back.
And so let's talk about that, Shefty. They've got the injury to Xavier Worthy. That obviously happens immediately. The season is like 1 minute in, and they lose him. And Rashee Rice is serving a 6-game suspension, so they get him back. What do the Chiefs do from here to try